Hey everybody, today we're going to make a recipe that I have not done in many years, and it is 15 bean soup. And a lady asked if I could do a 18 bean soup, I believe it is, but I couldn't find 18 beans, so we're 3 beans short, and we're going to do a 15 bean soup. And I think it's going to be really good to have all those different flavors and beans, and we're adding a lot of ingredients to this, but it's all to give the soup flavor, and there's nothing crazy or it's mostly what you have in your pantry, so you don't have to go out and buy things. And I'm going to bring you down. I do not have a big stock pot, and the biggest pot I have would not hold everything, I don't feel like. So what I'm using is a roasting pan, and it will fit on 2 burners, and I think it's going to work out just fine. So that is what we're going to use. So here is the 15 bean soup. It comes with a flavor packet in it, and I'm not going to use the flavor packet, but if you want to use it, you go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to try it with the ingredients from the recipe. So I'm going to get started getting everything in the pot. And I'll start by putting the beans, and this is 20 ounces, and here is the flavor packet. And I know I didn't wash through the beans or pick through them, and I've always done it this way, and I've never had a problem, and hopefully I'll continue not having a problem, but I don't wash my beans or pick them beforehand. So we put the beans in. The next thing we're going to do, you could put a ham hock in here. I don't have a ham hock, but I have country ham, bits and pieces, and this is going to be really good. If you happen to use country ham as a seasoning, go easy on your salt, because the country ham is full of salt, and as that heats up, it will separate. Now, to go with the country ham in the beans, I had some ham from Christmas, I believe it was, and I'm going to put that in here. And that is frozen, but it will thaw out pretty quick. And then I have carrots that I have just diced up and cut up, and onion. They're kind of diced up pretty big, and so I'm going to put them in. Also, I'm out of celery, but if you have celery, you might want to put that in there too. I have celery salt, which I'm going to use, but I am out of the celery. And a can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to put these in. And a can of cream style corn, and I meant to have my cans already open and I forgot, but there's not but a couple cans. So here is the cream style corn. Um, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. I don't know if I say that right or not, but it sounds pretty good to me. And 2 tablespoons of mustard. And a tablespoon of chili powder. That looks like a tablespoon. And 3 bay leaves. Well, I had no problem yesterday opening this. Okay. And you'll want to take these out at the end of cooking. I'm going to put 4 since they're a little bit smaller of the bay leaves. Then we're going to put some black pepper. And this is a pretty big pot, so I put a pretty big scoop of black pepper and salt. And I didn't put as much as I would have if I didn't have the country ham in there. I'm going to use some of this minced garlic. I use quite a bit. Slap your mama. It says hot blended, and this one is hot. I would not have gotten this one had I realized how hot it is. So I'm not going to put a whole bunch, just enough to maybe get a little tang on your tongue. Basil, which is my favorite spice. Well, it's a close running with garlic. And I put a lot of that. And here's the celery salt. And I didn't put too much, maybe a little over a teaspoon of the celery salt. I'm also going to put a small can of tomato sauce. I don't think the that 1 can of diced tomatoes is enough, so I think that will do the trick. Now, we're getting ready to put the liquid, or in a minute. I forgot, lemon juice. You want 3 tablespoons. Okay. And after a while, I'm going to put spinach in this, but I'm not going to leave it in there the whole time because it will just be mushy and fall apart, because this is going to have to go for several hours. So you need chicken broth and vegetable broth in here. I have chicken broth, but I don't have vegetable broth, so I'm going to use some beef broth. And this is about to the end. I have another one. I'll have to find it, and after I get through with this part of the video, I'll find it and add a little bit more, because that's not enough. Then I'm going to add some beef broth, and I'm adding it directly to the pot because I'm going to add water next, and it will blend that way. You don't have to put it in the water and then pour it in. So I'm adding that much of the beef broth. And that is it besides the water. And you want to have your beans covered. And this is 4 cups. This container holds 4 cups. And I'll have to come back and add more liquid, probably a couple times, because the beans are going to soak up the liquid. If you like a whole bunch of broth in your beans, you know, add all the water you want. I like to keep mine just above the beans. So I'm going to cut it on. I'm going to add a little bit more of the chicken bouillon and just let it go and cook. And when it's done, we'll come back and see what we think about it. The soup has cooked for about 8 hours and it's done. The beans are good and tender and it looks really delicious. I tasted them a time or two throughout the cooking, and it was real good. I haven't tasted them here at the end to see the final product, but I will say while they were cooking, and I would give it a taste. You know, I put the Slap Your Mama seasoning in it, and I really didn't put a whole lot, but I think that because it's like burn your tonsils out hot, that what little bit I did put has really made the beans kind of hot. It's not too hot for me, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it, but some people who don't like much heat might find it a little bit hot. But I'll go ahead and show it to you. And this is what it looks like. I think it looks really delicious with all the vegetables and the beans and all that. And the ham and everything just looks so good. So I'm gonna Get up some. There it is. And so there you go. We're gonna give it a taste just to see what it's like now. And these are really hot. And if you wondered how the pan that I had to use worked using 2 burners, it worked perfectly. It did great. And I did put the bay leaves in, 4 of them. And so you should go through and see if you can find them and pull them out. And especially if a child's gonna eat it, because you don't want them getting the bay leaves. This is so good. I absolutely love it. Even the heat. It's calmed down some. It's not as hot as it was. But I like that little bit of heat, and that's what it is, just a little bit of heat. So my taste buds say that this is delicious. And I hope that you give it a try, and I hope you love it. I don't know what else to say, but I do appreciate you watching and always coming back. And please take care. There's my husband. Please take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.